Anger on the streets of New York City. Outrage as a rookie cop gets probation for the shooting death of an unarmed man.
This is police terror. It must stop.
Former NYPD officer Peter Liang accidentally shot and killed Akai Gurley, the father of a little girl. The tragic incident fueling the flames of discontent about police shootings.
You can't make me believe it was an accident. Why would you call your superiors for an accident without trying to help the person that you accidentally shot?
Gurley was killed in what Police Commissioner Bill Bratton calls a coincidence. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The deceased, based on our preliminary investigation, total innocent, that just happened to be in that hallway.
This is the scene in what some call the worst slum in the city, the Lewis Pink Houses, located in a rough section of Brooklyn. The New York Post calls the Pink Houses the dark and deadly hellhole houses. The housing project might be the most dangerous beat for any cop in the NYPD. Liang and his partner were conducting what's called a vertical patrol. That's when cops start on the top floor, stealthily going down the steps floor to floor, peeking into hallways, trying to stop crime in its tracks. The stairwell was dark, and Liang had his gun drawn for his protection. Gurley had just gone through the door with his girlfriend. Liang claims he was startled and his gun accidentally fired. The bullet ricochets off the concrete walls, hitting Gurley in the chest, killing him. Liang is charged with 6 counts, including second-degree manslaughter. And now 2 communities in the big city are outraged. The African-American community and the Chinese-American, calling Liang a scapegoat.
This man had just shot an innocent man, and he never even knelt to try and fix what he'd done.
The prosecutor, on his knees, delivers an emotional opening statement at the trial. He says after the shooting, Liang calls a supervisor instead of helping Gurley, leaving his girlfriend, Melissa Butler, to perform CPR. A neighbor rushes to help and calls 911.
She said put pressure on it, hard pressure on his chest. He's not breathing. He's not breathing.
Liang's lawyer says her client didn't help because he was in shock.
The gun accidentally discharges. He is beside himself, in a state of shock, and things are about to become much, much worse.
After 17 hours of deliberation, the jury reaches a verdict.
What is your verdict? Guilty.
Liang is emotional, covering his face as he could be looking at 15 years in prison. But he has an unlikely ally, the Brooklyn District Attorney. In a stunning recommendation, DA Ken Thompson says, Mr. Liang has no prior criminal history and poses no future threat to public safety. Because his incarceration is not necessary to protect the public, and due to the unique circumstances of this case, a prison sentence is not warranted.
His recommendation is ridiculous.
That's Gurley's aunt, Hortensia Peterson, speaking on behalf of the family.
Akai has been murdered over and over and over again.
At his sentencing, Liang gulps nervously right before his turn to speak.
I wish I could undo what happened. Judge, my life is forever changed.
The judge gives Liang 5 years probation and 800 hours of community service. And in a surprise development, he reduces the original charge of manslaughter to criminally negligent homicide.
You have an officer that's been found guilty of manslaughter, which a judge reduced to criminally negligent homicide, but he is now a convicted felon.
But there's more controversy behind the scenes of this case.
It was a very tough decision.
Michael Vargas, juror number 9, allegedly failed to disclose his estranged father was convicted of manslaughter, something that might have disqualified him from jury service. The judge said there was no misconduct on Vargas's part and has denied Liang a new trial. There are no winners here. A young father is dead through no fault of his own. A rookie cop is fired from his job. And a city's blood is boiling as another police shooting tears through the heart of New York.
Well, if the shooting itself sparked tensions, the outrage has exploded all over again with the sentence. Certainly it was a divisive decision. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the former officer, Peter Liang, received the right sentence, getting 5 years of probation and no jail time? You can sound off right now at our Facebook page.